My name is Gary Henneberg. I am a direct marketing consultant, a copywriter, author of Crack the Customer Mind Code, which is coming out hopefully in November. And today I wanted to share my thoughts as a little bit of a tease, if you will, kind of a prelude to what's going on in my mind and what will be in next week's blog for Today at Target Marketing Magazine. So the topic happens to be what Donald Trump is teaching us as marketers about how we should be successful. Now, I don't really care what your opinion is of Donald Trump. That's not what this is all, at all about. This is about what you as a marketing person, as a copywriter, can understand about what Donald Trump is saying to us. So here's my take on it. First of all, Donald Trump is absolutely right. He's right when he says it's all about making deals. And he, whenever you've listened to him in the debates, he says, I will make good deals. Well, I'm here to tell you that he's right. Good deals is where it begins. But there's another part of this too that he doesn't really talk about, but I know is implied in what he's saying, and it's closing good deals. So that's what we're talking about today. I see we got quite a few people who are joining us already. Awesome, over about 20 right now. Please, if you hear things you like, tap for the red hearts so that we get hearts going here. That helps in the whole process of Periscope, and I'm learning too. So I'm hopeful that you folks will just keep tap, 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 and give me some red hearts whenever you hear things that you really like. And by the way, if you have something you want for me to comment on, just go ahead and text that to me, and they breeze by really fast, and I'll try and get to them. But let's get into the heart of today's discussion point, and that is this. It's important that you close deals. And there are so many marketing messages out there pummeling the public right now that you've got to, you as a marketer, you've got to have really clearly stated deals. And what I'm seeing and observing is that there is oftentimes a failure to close. So what you don't close right on the spot is usually gone forever. And anybody who's been in the direct response part of the marketing world knows this, that if you don't close the deal on the spot, whether it's direct mail, whether it's email on a landing page, no matter what it is, you've probably lost the deal forever. Just like a salesperson, you go into a store and the salesperson is, trying to sell you a vehicle, for example. They are trying to sell you on the spot. You have to do that as a marketer. Think about how you can close on the spot, because that's how prospects walk away, and that's what really, turns into a bad, kind of deal. So think of yourself as that way. Now, I think there are a number of reasons why people fail to close. One of them is I think there's a scarcity of big and bold ideas that are out there. And the second thing that I see is that I think emotion is often missing as a part of what's going on. The lack of persuasive skills, whether it's in personal selling or whether it is in the written word. That's important. And then there's the failure to offer proof, offer credibility. Those are all really, really important. And then there is the failure to engage with some kind of storytelling. Storytelling is really, really important here. And then there's also the challenge of sometimes focusing on too much logic and not enough on emotion. Emotion is really what it is that makes people decide that they're going to make a purchase. When you give themselves permission to buy. And you as the marketer have to do that. Another thing that fails to close the deal, no urgency. You got to have urgency. If it's not urgent, if it's not right now, they're going to be gone. They're going to be gone forever. And so you've got to keep them with you. And then finally, I think there's a failure to anticipate and leverage a message of how a customer is going to feel when they've made the purchase transaction with you. Those are all the things that I see going on. And what I do see going on, and not as always in a good way, is that what's out there is often just trite. There are exceptions. There are exceptions. For example, in mass media and social media and content marketing, you wouldn't necessarily expect people to buy on the spot. That's about building trust. That's about building credibility. And I give a pass on that because because that's a completely different kind of use of the medium. But if you happen to be using direct mail, email, and some other channels out there particularly, you have got to close. And here are a few pointers. So let's talk about direct mail specifically for a moment. Include a strong order device. If you don't have, even if a majority of your orders are coming in online, include an order device. Let's see, what is, I got somebody here. Why should I buy your product over all the alternatives, including doing nothing? One problem is failure to connect on a deeper emotional level. Right, both of those are good points. And what you can do on that deeper level is in this case, I believe, you sell into the emotion, but you've got to get people to take action. You've got to motivate them. And so with a strong order device, even when you most of those orders are coming in electronically, you need an order device in the direct mail package. That's the sort of the bottom line. That's sort of the contract of sorts. And so if you're not really creating a strong order device, then you are destined to not do well. And so even if you don't really want people to use the order device, put it in there. It says something. It says you're supposed to take some kind of action. So have that in there. And a lot of printers are out there who are doing things that the production costs. People are taking those things out. So here's another thing. Push. Possibly incent the customer to close the deal online if you're using direct mail. It'll help save you money. Still put that order device in there. Very important here. Another one is state why the customer benefits by picking up the phone to interact with a live salesperson. It's important for older age individuals, particularly. They want to pick up the telephone. They want to call. Sometimes a more involved sales process is involved, and that's an opportunity to upsell on the spot with a phone. And then finally, sometimes you have to motivate people to go to a retail store. And by going into a retail store, you want them to see, touch, feel the product, they interact with a salesperson. And so one good thing, of course, or thing you should have is you should have mechanisms out there to try and track back and manage, find out, what those orders came in from as a result of direct mail, email, or some other channel. Here's the fact of the matter, just to put a real close on this and quick, because this is just intended to be a real quick message here. Prospective customers are working hard to ignore your deal. The fact of the matter is you have to work harder to close your deal. And that's what this is all about in the selling process, is closing the deal. So Donald Trump has it right when he says that. So that's, what's a great call to action beyond just order now? Hey, that's a good question. That to me has to do with an order form. The order form, the part of the offer is the quick call to action is maybe you've got a 24-hour sale. Maybe you have a specific deadline at midnight, particularly if you're online because you don't have a counter and a clock. A kind of extra bonus. If you respond by a certain point, you get this extra bonus. Something usually fairly inexpensive, a white paper, perhaps some other kind of premium as somebody has thrown in here. Maybe you lengthen the term of the offer, and you just really do have to work hard. Somebody just said that you have to work harder so they don't ignore you, and you're right. In today's marketing environment, you have to work hard. That is the fact of the matter here, because if you don't, they're gone. They're gone forever. So speaking of gone, well, it's probably about time for us to wrap up this particular little chat. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you do want to get a hold of me, my email address, gary@hennerberg.com, Gary@Hennerberg, HENNERBERG.com. Follow me on Twitter, my website, hennerberg.com, and my book, Crack the Customer Mind Code, 7 Pathways from Head to Heart to Yes, is going to be coming out here, hopefully in the month of October. With that said, thanks all. Catch you another time. Thanks.